Hello, hello, hello. This is Tiffany with Healthy Passions. If you do not know me, let me briefly introduce myself. I am a certified personal trainer, certified wellness coach, certified energy healer by birth. I am an oracle, prophetess, and a natural healer. So today I wanted to go ahead and finish off my notes for the book of Enoch. If you were reading along with us, you should be around part 3 at this point, almost finished. So I just want to kind of give my breakdown, and not necessarily my breakdown, but my outline of the prophecies that were listed in there. So this was going to be a little short video. It's not going to be a totally complicated video. Like I said, I'm just going to list the prophecies, and you can go through each one if you like and review what it says, and then find precepts of that in other books with other prophets that either quoted Enoch or talk about the same event. So that's always a fun task, especially if you like to study like I do. All right, so let's get started. So the book of Enoch prophecies, the first one that has already happened is the Great Flood. If you remember, I believe, yeah, and Archangel Uriel was sent to Lamech to tell Enoch's great-great-grandson Noah to build the ark to give him the warning of the flood. All right, and I wanted to kind of expand on that. So when I talk about the new world being the old world and the old world being the new world, I want to kind of put something, just a fun fact that I found about the Noah's Ark, right? So Noah built the ark, what we would call gopher wood, and that wood is here in the Americas. So that's just a little tidbit of something you can look at, especially if you are a history buff and you want to know where the true Holy Land is. So that's just a little sound bite for you guys. Gopher wood, America. All right. So number 2, the rise and fall of kingdoms. All right. So these kingdoms are from the past up until current date. So Enoch's prophecy went for thousands of years. That's just what made them so profound, because most prophecies, at most, a couple of generations back, but no, Enoch's prophecies went forever as far as time, human time, right, and the concept of time, right? So the 70 shepherds that were prophesied in Enoch were the rise and fall of 70 kingdoms, and within those kingdoms they all played their part at oppressing or even enslaving at some points Yah's people. So we had it prophesied that 70 shepherds would come, and just to bring you up to date, we are still within this prophecy. We are ending that prophecy currently at this time. So the last of the 70 shepherds would be the Roman Empire, and then that kingdom has just fallen very, very recently. So therefore, we are at the end of the 70 shepherds. And so if you want to know where we are in prophecy, according to Enoch, that is exactly where we are. The last of the 70 shepherds, and that would be the Roman Empire, the fall of them. Okay, so the insight, the story of all the 70 shepherds go to Kings, all throughout the Bible. You will find it in other scriptures as well. So that part is done. So when we say our 400 years is done, that was the last of the 70 shepherds from the Roman Empire or Roman Kingdom, who has now fallen. Now, number 3, Enoch also prophesies the second coming of the Messiah. All right. So the second coming of the Messiah. So Christ's second coming, it would be Christ Yahushai is his name, who the world mistakenly calls Jesus. You don't want a nickname, you want to be called your name. So I will always call him by his name. When he comes, though, he said he'll come with a new name, but as of now, his name has always been Yahushai. All right, or some derivative of that. All right, so the second coming of the Messiah. Now, in most churches, they teach this falsely. They teach it as a peaceful kind of return, like, oh, Christ is love, and this is going to be a joyful day. Scriptures speak of something very different. I implore you to not only study what Enoch talks about as far as the second coming, but also what other scriptures talk about as in the return of Christ Yahweh Shai, who the world mistakenly calls Jesus. This will not be a peaceful day. You have to understand that Christ Yahweh Shai is coming back as commander-in-chief over a holy army of holy warring angels. Okay, so think of the things that Enoch describes one archangel or one holy warring angel is capable of doing. Now imagine a whole army of that. Yeah, that's not going to be peaceful. Okay, I implore you to get into the scriptures, and not just the Bible. Go to the Apocrypha and everything, right? And look and see what this day entails, okay? And Christ Yahweh Shai has fully confirmed that this will be happening. It's not just a myth or a story or just something that, we made up in our heads. It will be a thing, okay? So just to let you know, this will not be a peaceful day. It's not a day of love, like a lot of people say. It's going to be a very horrifying, terrifying day, especially for our enemies, all right? So this war that is coming with and behind Christ Yahweh Shai is to establish the new kingdom of peace for the 1,000-year reign of Christ Yahweh Shai's kingdom. The physical representation of order on earth will be the return of King David from the house of Judah, and he will govern the human affairs under this 1,000-year reign. But just know that the head of this reign is Christ Yahweh Shai, the king, the true king. Okay? Now, number 4, Judgment Day. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about the return of Christ Yahweh Shai. So he prophesies a very detailed account of that, and there are other prophecies as well that kind of confirm what was being said by Enoch, like I said. But Judgment Day is going to be for Yah's people a day of restoration, but punishment for the Confederate nations that have came across and came against Yah's people. During this judgment, it will be the judgment of the fallen angels as well as mankind. Okay? So that's where they get their final judgment. All right, number 5. The 5th prophecy that Enoch talks about is the 1,000-year reign of righteousness under Christ Yahweh Shai. So that 1,000-year reign of peace will be where the Most High declared in the beginning a healed earth and a healed people. That's when that's going to happen after the day of judgment. So we have that 1,000-year of peace. Now, the Lord likes to do things coinciding. So remember, there is a prophecy as well of our enemies that were set against us and that oppressed us, and some of them enslaved us. They also have a prophecy that coincides with that 1,000 years of 1,000 years of woes. And it's going to be double. So it's double time and double the intensity of it. So our enemies will be serving that 1,000-year punishment, right? So we had about 400 to about, give or take, 500 years. So it's double to that 1,000-year punishment for our enemies. So that will be coinciding at the same time. And then after that, so for the people who have died for this 1,000-year reign and the people that are in the 1,000-year reign. There will be what we call a final resurrection after the 1,000-year peaceful, righteous reign. All right. So that means that our fallen soldiers for the Most High Yah, who the world mistakenly calls God, will be resurrected, as well as the people who have made it to the 100-year, and then that's when we finally leave the earth to go to be with our Father in heaven, like eternally. So it'll be like a heaven on earth for 1,000 years, and then actual heaven. So that is usually a lot of confusion taught around that, but that is the simplest way that I myself personally can break it down. Scriptures will confirm that. So learn that for yourself. Don't just let a preacher or someone just falsely spoon feed you information. You need to know this information for yourself so that you can work out your own salvation as well as the salvation of your families, right? So we need to know the correct information, and that is what it is. Like I said, this video is not going to be very long. I broke down all those prophecies. Oh, there's one more that I did not add. During that 1,000-year prophecy, another small prophecy that's not so small would be the promise of Most High Yah revealing hidden knowledge of heaven and earth. So we get to learn everything, right? So that's going to be freaking awesome, especially for people like me. I can't wait. That's going to be exciting. Okay. But that's another thing that I wanted to add into the prophecies of Enoch. So if you have finished, or if you're still in the middle of reading Enoch, write these prophecies down and find them, and then find precepts of them, and also here a little, there a little. So find them in other books, and you will see how the scriptures coincide and how well they are put together. All right, so we have to understand that the Most High Yah is not an author of confusion. So the confusion, if it comes, it's going to become from a man's standpoint versus the Most High Yah, but it actually goes very well together. So just look over each one so that you know exactly what they are, what they mean, how they will come about, and what to look for. So as always, have a great day. I don't normally do videos on Shabbat, so I am going to actually go enjoy the rest of my Shabbat. So have a good day. I'm also going to share the sermon that I'm watching for today. So if you're interested, you may watch it as well. All right, y'all have a great day. Tiffany with Healthy Passions signing out. Bye.